So welcome to the Paranormal Plains, where we share oddities, curiosities, cryptids, and strange stories from the upper Midwest. I am Casey, coming from the great state of Minnesota.
And I'm Leslie from the okay state of North Dakota.
A slightly less cool state.
This is our inaugural episode, our pilot, if you
Episode
will.
0.
We're going to see how this goes. Yes, so hang in there. As we record this, it would normally be the Minnesota State Fair season, but as it's 2020, there's enough said about that. This actually isn't the first time the fair was canceled. It was actually like the 6th time.
Well, okay, so when and why? Because I feel like you have to have a really, really good reason to cancel.
No, these are. I had no idea how old the Minnesota State Fair is. So listen to this. It was canceled in 1861 for the Civil War.
Oh, that's a good reason.
I know. And then in 1862 because of the Dakota Indian conflict. The other one was like a scheduling conflict. That's not interesting. Yeah, but then the next 2 times it was 1945 because of World War II like fuel shortages.
Makes sense.
And then in the next year because of a polio epidemic.
So we are not unprecedented for canceling the state fair due to raging pandemics.
Mm-hmm. It's
All
pretty
right.
much par of the course, I guess. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want to do something like fun and goofy for this first episode. And I'd heard some ghost stories about the fair, so I thought it'd be a good time to do that. There's kind of like 3 stories that kept running across online and in like those silly haunted books, you know? And they're honestly really silly. I would categorize them as like urban legends, not hauntings. Right. Because there was no like firsthand accounts. It was just people say.
I knew somebody who
yeah,
knew somebody.
Right? My roommate's sister's cousin, you know, that kind of a thing.
Aunt.
Yeah, right. It was more like that. So I wasn't really sure how much there was going to be like to talk about, just because they're really like just short anecdotes and do not lend like any credibility. But then
we don't need credibility. We need content.
I want evidence. Yeah, I did find though some really interesting articles that interviewed the State Fair's archivist.
Ooh.
They have one. Yeah, her name is Carrie Huber.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually gave some really interesting and like verifiable information about why the State Fair could have hauntings. She referenced the fact there was a lot of tragedy in the early days of the fair, especially with performances by stuntmen.
Yeah, I can see that because this was before the days of workplace safety.
OSHA. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to save the silly stories for the end to sort of end on a happy note.
We need that. This is 2020.
Right. Well, and then also in these stories, people did die. And this was supposed to be like a lighthearted, funny one. So this will be like the catharsis at the end, kind of like the...
I like that. It's like the dessert.
Silly internet stories. Yes, exactly. So here we go. In the 1930s and 40s, the fair had something called Thrill Day. Listen to this. Here's some of the stunts. There was a man setting himself on fire and driving into a pool.
Ooh.
I know. Acrobats performing on the wings of planes.
Okay.
Crashing cars in midair.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah. I know. A woman and a horse plummeting into a pool of water, which you can go ahead and open up those photos I sent you earlier today.
Okay, all right. Don't look until recording.
Check out the one with the horse. Time to
look.
It is terrifying.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, no. With the horse. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, there is literally, like, the horse. There's, like, it is 5 horses in the air to give a standardized unit of measurement. And that horse is just straight vertical going down into the pool.
Doesn't it look like they were, like, it's a woman riding a horse, and it looks like they were on a platform, and then they just dropped the platform.
Yeah. It just tipped.
Yes! It's so sad.
It looks like it just...
I feel so sorry for that horse.
Oh.
It's sad.
Oh my. And like what was the point of that? Like what is it is a stunt for
I don't know. I mean, I guess it was exciting to see what happened.
How deep was the pool?
I know, right? I mean, presumably it was okay. I don't...
That pool definitely looks like it is not licensed and inspected.
Oh, I'm sure it was not. I'm sure the pool for the horse torture was not approved.
Yeah. Oh, and it's like that horse is going in head first.
I
That is going to be
know.
like nostrils full of like that dank old black and white water.
Yeah. Actually, there was a really funny thing that I found though, where they also had a human cannibal. She was female though, and her daughter said that her mother had been pregnant during her last stint as the human cannibal.
Like, did she know that she was carrying a cannonball?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh, yikes.
Wait, are you hearing cannibal like someone who eats people, or cannonball?
No, cannibal.
Oh, okay,
I'm just
okay.
like-
I was confused for a minute there.
Yeah, I hope we didn't have cannibals, like deep fried human, like long pig.
Yeah.
So does that mean that, okay, so in that instance, that means there was 2 human cannibals, because there was a human within a human.
They
so
should
there
have
was
advertised it like that.
a human with a much smaller human.
I thought that was pretty rad though.
That is cool. I
Yeah.
I can't say that I would ever.
There was also another year where they crashed 2 trains into each other. So the trains would be put full throttle, and then the conductors would just have to like jump out, and then the trains would just collide.
This is some Mythbusters level and beyond.
This is some wild, crazy shenanigans. Like, it was the Great Depression, I guess? So
you just have trains laying around?
Yeah,
and, like,
this is
smash them.
You know, there's no summer blockbusters. Let's just do it ourselves, you know?
Oh. I think about, like, Demolition Derby, and, like, that doesn't seem strange to me. I mean, like, Sunday, you buy the whole ticket, but all you need is the edge. Like, all right, that's a modern thing. It's cars smashing each other, but it's usually, like, somebody inherited some old Buick LeSabre, and they're smashing them together. You have to make the track, though, so you have to, like, put both the trains on the track.
Right? This took a lot of work to get this together.
Oh, no wonder that whole I wonder what kind of environmental degradation lurks beneath the surface of the fairgrounds.
Well, the reason they lost favor was not due to that, but it was due to a series of accidents, as you can imagine.
Yeah. Surprising.
Yeah, right. In 1947, an aerialist, Lloyd Relham, fell 75 feet to his death in front of a crowd of 18,000.
Oh. That's like an entire city witnessing a man just, plummeting, unable to do anything
really
to stop him.
I saw his headstone on Find a Grave, and it's engraved with his act where he, like, rode a bike on a high wire.
Oh, that's cute.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah. F's in the chat.
Then on Labor Day, the last day of the fair in 1951, another accident occurred during an aerial thrill show at the grandstand.
Ooh.
The show featured a biplane doing tricks while a pretty girl was strapped in a harness on the top wing. And that's your other picture you got there.
Okay, I was wondering if that was... Oh, no. So I'm looking at... I mean, they would be dead anyway, just because of how old this is probably, but...
The girl was 17-year-old Kitty Middleton, who left Missouri for this, like, exciting, rad Daredevil tour, almost.
Right.
And during an engine-off dive, the grand finale, the pilot wasn't able to pull out of it, and they crashed.
Oh, well, I mean, at least it was quick.
Yeah, well, the pilot died instantly.
Oh, no, don't tell...
She died the next day at the hospital, but...
Oh,
yeah.
So she's rigged up like it's an old-timey biplane, so it's got the 2 wings. Like a crop planes and stuff. It's got a little prop. The guy's sitting there, cockpit open, because, that's how we used to do. And she is just standing on top with 4 tethers around her waist, and she's waving.
Can you imagine the balls?
Oh, gee.
Can you imagine being 17 and being like, hell yeah, get me on that plane?
I feel like it's something unique. At 17, I was too afraid to just drive the speed limit.
Oh,
so
that's what I mean. I'm saying
not.
Kitty was awesome. Her real name was Pansy. That was like her stage name, but yeah, like she was awesome. They were like a big deal back then. Like they would do all kinds of aerial shows. Like they would crash planes into like barns and stuff like that.
I guess planes were kind of like new-ish.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
And so it was people hadn't seen it before, and it was the cool new technology, or I don't know. What is with humans and wanting to crash things all the time? Just like, why?
It's like a tale as old as time, right?
We have built something, and now we must destroy it.
Yeah. It is funny, because that was... The archivist was saying, like, the big draw for these, the point of them was crashes and noise. That was, like, what they were going for. That was the draw.
I hate humans.
I know. This was the last one at the Minnesota State Fair. There was a newspaper from the time that speculated that they might even just keep doing them, because it was just something that they had always done. But no, this was the last one, so that's good. It was interesting, though. So the comments in one of the articles I was reading.
Oh, you in the comments section. No.
Well, no. These are good, though. These are really
Okay.
interesting. There was a couple comments that said they saw this as children and it's their first memory.
Oh,
Like, their first memory is
just
like this plane. Yeah.
drilled, just burned into that young psyche.
Someone said they were like at a different thing at the fair. They were at like these races, and then all of a sudden there was like this plane that shot past, and everyone was like, "What?" And then, yeah, they saw it crash, and everyone was stunned. So
I wonder how many people just kind of looked at it and was like, "Oh yeah, that's the thing that happens. Like that's totally part of it. Things are just crashing all the time here at the state fair."
Yeah, that's true. They must have just jumped out, right? That's what they did with the trains. There was actually another one that was really nice. It was from Pansy's niece. And she said that her grandmother gave her a scrapbook all about her aunt, and it had like letters to her family and stuff. So she's still well remembered by her family. So
that's good.
Well remembered by her family and everything. So those are 2 of the deaths. There was 8 thrill show performers and race car drivers that have died at the grandstand, though.
I feel like this needs a memorial to all of the brave entertainers who sacrificed their lives so that way we can, I don't know, have enjoyment. Just like, please pay your respects on the way
Right,
into
I
the
thought
fair.
that earlier too. I was like, they should have some sort of something for like these crazy daredevils from like the 30s and 40s.
Right?
But
Boy, it's the all regulations written in blood.
so as far as hauntings, Huber, the archivist, says the cattle barn, the Coliseum, and the grandstand have been known to have the ghost sightings.
Oh.
She says people have spotted an apparition of a man around the grandstand or standing on the roof. Mm-hmm. Maybe the ghost of one of the daredevils. Who knows?
Maybe.
He's been seen night and daytime, and people will see him walking, and then he just vanishes.
He's just trying to get a corn dog.
What do I do to get a corn dog around here? There's a story about the cattle barn. She told that it was, I like this one. A man, she says, this is a quote. A man who has worked at the Coliseum was playing some music in the cattle barn, Huber said. There was nobody around, but all of a sudden he saw 3 people dancing, one in overalls. And this is how you know the interviewer is a fucking professional, because they asked what song the guy was playing. It was Elvira by the Oak Ridge Boys. FYI.
Oh. I'm trying to get my buildings set up in my mind, right? Because I'm like, I wonder how many accidents happened, riots, or animals crushing people.
Probably less than what happened in the grandstand, I gotta say.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been to the state fair, you've seen all those animal buildings. Huge, empty, like, stalls and pens and all that.
Yeah.
So I can see how spooky stories come about from out there. Yeah. But Huber also mentioned that she and her coworkers have experienced activity because their offices are on the fairgrounds. So there's something. There's at least one person who I have a first-hand account of saying, you know, it wasn't someone's grandma's aunt.
It's dogs. Horses, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm wondering, okay, so the miracle of life, I wonder how many, like, treacherous instances there were where there were, like, stillborn piglets that were haunting the barn. Like...
Why would you say that?
Sorry.
Sad. That was, like, sadder than all the stuntmen deaths.
Well, okay, so the thing that got me last year when I went is, like, they had, like, the miracle of life, and I'm like, all right, I've seen piglets, and then, like, right outside was, like, the MDA pork booth, and I was like, ooh, too soon.
Yeah, actually, I think I remember that. Were we there that year? I remember, yeah.
Yeah, because I think we were at the same day.
Yeah.
And it was just like, ooh, bad form. Or maybe a good form. I don't know. Maybe it's intentional or something. But teaching kids, like, you see the cute little piglets? Here's them at 145 degrees, medium rare.
It's just like a cruel joke for adults.
Oh, delicious.
I don't eat meat, so.
Your vibrations are...
Yes, I have ascended higher. Yes, I have raised myself. Won't you join me? All right. So now we will descend into the more urban legend ones. You can find these super easily online. Basically, if you type in, like, haunted state fair, this is what you're gonna get. So there's 2 stories. Have you heard of this ride, the Ye Old Mill ride?
We're never in the Midway.
We don't usually go on the rides, so I don't.
Because those are the like you with the shoes and.
Well, we should go on this one because.
No, well, now we have to because now it's a thing.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Okay, so there's 2 stories around this Ye Old Mill ride, and apparently it is the oldest ride at the fair.
And therefore the least safe.
I know, right? And maybe that's why it's haunted. So it is described as, quote, a series of dark tunnels that you float through on a small boat. Children's music plays in the background, and
Not
small
creepy at all.
fairy tale small fairy tale scenes are displayed from time to time throughout the ride.
That sounds wholesome.
Yeah, but it also sounds haunted.
Yeah.
Just like on the face of it.
It's creepy doll haunted.
Right, exactly. So people say that they feel a presence behind them in the boat, even though there's no one there. Others will feel someone tap them on the shoulder. Again, no one's there.
Totally sounds like one of the ride operators is on break and trying to mess with people.
Oh my god, he's just like creeping through the set.
But no, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll say ye old love boat ride, definitely haunted.
We'll investigate next time and check it
Yeah,
out.
yeah. When we're not all about to, succumb to COVID.
Yes, when we've done our time, we'll check it out.
When quarantine's lifted and there's either a state fair to return to or the world has ended. We'll find out.
Tragic. So the other story centered around that ride is that this one, let's keep an open mind, all right?
All right, I'll keep it open. My mind is expansive and just ready to take you in.
So people also think that the presence of a former maintenance worker makes itself known through the presence of a small brown bird.
Okay. All right. Okay. My mind is open. My concern is that there are, a bajillion sparrows eating gravel at the fair.
Casey, I'm gonna need you to believe for 1 second here.
Okay, my mind is more open. Is there anything specific about said brown bird? Like, is there...
So, soon after this maintenance worker, Wayne Murray, passed away in 1986, something strange stuff started to happen at the fairgrounds. And this bird just flies through the fairgrounds and disappears into the ride. So...
Got, like, chopped up by
No, like, it just, they'll see it flying into the ride. It's a tunnel.
Oh, did it not come out on the other side?
I mean, who knows?
So we're saying the tunnel is definitely haunted by a bird spirit?
I mean, I think you'll find there were no small brown birds flying around before 1986. So...
Absolutely none. It wasn't like the Shakespeare Society released an entire invasive species into Central Park or wherever, and then they promptly swarmed the United States.
Yeah, I really don't know what happened with that. I feel like it was sort of like coworker passed away maybe, and this bird...
Right, looking for signs.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
It's human.
Yeah, which I thought that was really nice, but now it's turned into like... he's reincarnated as this bird, and I'm like, why? Why would you do that to this guy? Like,
yes. Yeah, when a big cat shows up, when a big cat breaks out of a cage, I guess.
Listen, if there was a jaguar running around the ye old mail ride, you can tell people that's him, all right?
They put the tigers in the biplanes and they crashed together.
Yeah, they probably did in the grandstand, and they crashed him into a car.
Just because they could. I mean, why not?
Oh my god. I think you'll find there's no rule that says a tiger can't fly a plane.
Okay, so we've got haunted ride, haunted
bird.
I wonder about this horse in this picture here. He probably drowned. Mm-hmm. He's probably dead. He's probably haunting the fairgrounds too. Like,
we could just make one up.
Oh, we could.
I wonder sometimes, like especially with these sites, because the same sites, those like haunted sites had pretty much the same 3 stories. So I was basically like, so one of you guys wrote this up and then someone else copied it,
It's the game of telephone.
Yeah, I feel like we could make one of these sites and then just start making things up. And
I mean, that would be dangerous. Yeah. These things are dangerous. You're playing with fire. Just saying. That's
true. All right, so instead then, I will tell you about our final and most terrifying haunting at the Minnesota State Fair.
So on a level from spoopy to spooky.
This is downright terrifying, Casey.
Oh, okay. So this is like an 11.
A phantom pig. Oh. A phantom pig has appeared in the fairground's old swine barn.
Telling you, the miracle of birth. There's the piggies are haunting it. Like I called it.
How'd you know? How did you know? Maybe did you have your own experience?
I mean, I saw some piggies and they were suckling at some pig teats and it was pretty cute.
They are so cute.
I didn't feel any presence. I felt the crush of 500 disgusting fellow humans behind me. I saw some kid chewing on the railing where some animal had probably defecated previously.
Gotta love them.
I didn't feel any haunted swine. But tell me more about
I don't even have that much more to tell about it. Like, literally, it's just like, there's a haunted swine barn with a pig in it.
Okay, so here's our opportunities.
Someone has already beat us to it, because I had actually heard of, that there was supposed to be a spectral pig or whatever. There was a website I found that decided to take it, like, to the next level.
Oh.
They said, quote, "The Minnesota State Fairgrounds, according to some, is haunted by a ghost pig or a half-human, half-pig called the Pigman."
Whoa, Pigman on the loose.
Like, apparently these tales were not scary enough for them, so they decided to, like, go up a notch. Yeah, amp it up here.
So is Pigman, does he want revenge, or does he want, like, mini donuts?
Who knows?
Or...
Maybe it's like a ghost Charlotte's Web situation. It's gonna have, like, wonderful pig written out in ectoplasm.
Oh,
so that's all that I have for ghosts.
Yeah, you've made me really definitely mourn more than I already was. The loss of the state fair.
The state fair, yeah. I miss it.
Yeah.
You want to know something? You want to know something great I found out? This has nothing to do with ghosts. It's just a great Minnesota State Fair thing.
Yeah.
So, for the uninitiated, one of the displays at the fair is crop art, where people submit art with seeds that can be grown in Minnesota.
Beautiful art. Cultural phenomenon.
So there was a woman named Lillian Colton who is so good at crop art. She won the purple ribbon like every year for a decade.
Whoa!
Until she stopped competing to give someone else a shot to win.
Oh, humble, truly just Minnesotan through and through.
Isn't that awesome though? It's like she was so
cute.
devastating at crop art that she had to take herself out of the game.
There was one like 2 years ago that was like two cats shooting laser beams, like someone memed up.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Thanks, Lillian, for giving people
That's
a chance
the real art.
To really shine.
Yeah, right? For giving someone else a shot. Yeah. She was a professional seed artist. She did it for 40 years. Yeah, she passed away in 2006, I guess. But I'll leave a link to her art. It's really good. Like, really good portraits.
What's your, I can't end without asking what your favorite food is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My favorite would have to be the honey sundae at the the little
the
honey
bee barn. The bee. Okay,
there.
Solid choice.
Yeah, that's
solid
that's
choice.
My favorite.
I don't know what my favorite is because thinking about it just fills me with just like a pit of longing. I don't know. It's probably got to be like, it's got to be those DFL mini donuts. Because it's I'm eating it and it's delicious and it's killing me and it's going to good causes. But then with a beer too.
It's okay because it's for a good cause, right?
Yeah.
Every year that we go to the state fair, it's like a mandatory. We get a bucket of the Martha's cookie jar, and then we go over to the all-you-can-drink milk booth and get sick. And then we go over, and then we go to the horse barn, and we just sit there and
be disgusting.
And feel sick
yeah.
For just for 2 hours, like, oh.
Why did I do that?
Every year.
It's just enough time to forget how horrible it was, then you want to do it again.
It's too tempting.
Last year, the line. See, I'm all about aggressive gender norms. You know me, because last year, after the grandstand went out, the line for the ladies' bathroom was like snaking around the road. You know how long the men's bathroom was?
0.
Didn't have one. Didn't have one. So I was in there peeing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, breaking the law technically, but I'm fighting for that cause. You know.
Listen, times get tough. Times get tough sometimes.
Oh. And then I have a haunting story that happened to me today.
Do you really?
I wanted to share with you. Yeah. And it was just timely. I think it was prophetic. So I'm working from home.
Did you see a phantom pig?
I saw what may have been a phantom pig at one time. So
okay, I'll let you tell your story.
so I'm sitting, lounging in my bed, and I'm working from home. So I'm tippy tapping some emails, and I hear this horrible, just deep, just out of nowhere guttural glugging sound coming from the toilet.
Ugh.
There was the toilet is haunted.
Wait, is that it? Oh my god!
I couldn't explain it. Therefore, the toilet must be haunted. So it was.
That's funny. Yeah, there's a lot going on in our lives right now. But...
Yeah, I know. I just I can't miss the state fair this year. I believe it's for the best that we don't all infect each other with COVID, because that would really be a bummer. Canceling the fair for a pandemic is better than a scheduling conflict.
Right? What?
Get your Morse code.
What the heck, 1893? Get your life together.
Yeah.
Will you get your carrier pigeons in line? All right, we should end this. Thank you very much for listening to our inaugural episode. We will be listing these on YouTube, Spotify. We get our act together. Yeah, by the time we get our carrier pigeons in together. Yeah, so hopefully. All right.
Signing
Bye.
off. Bye.